Dumbling, Casey Bling, welcome to part two of our episode number two of Lost. I'm so sorry, guys. We had a little bit of an issue. A little bit of an issue being I didn't have enough. The phone overheated. Yes, for Michael and Walt, this is a bit of this is a bit sad. This is a guy that's trying to make an effort to meet his son, and I think we all been there. I think we all been the kid. Like I don't know you. We got a different problem now. What is kind of cool is we have two scenes in a row that are super important. So the first scene is what? Wait a second. Again, Jack is trying to save people, which is good. Charlie, he's gonna be dead for a while, so he start. Well, that's hard, but he continue using drugs. Kind of starting to realize that hey, we're gonna be stuck here, and it's kind of cool because Shannon has her very first moments. I actually love this scene. So the scene is actually quite nice. Shannon realized that people are dying, and she started crying. And it's like Boone's like, yo, you're not gonna bring him back by crying. You can actually help us. You can be useful. And Boone is a sad thing because I see Boone as this very good character, very good guy, and I see Shannon as this user. So I feel bad for Boone. But technically, if it wasn't for Boone, would I dislike Shannon? I don't know. I don't know. Boone wants to join, which is kind of cool. It's super cool. You know what's insane? You know what's insane? Boone pushes Shannon to want to act, right? But then Shannon in itself is, and again, you gotta say, oh, another one of 8 video. Shannon itself isn't willing to help because she wants to, just to prove her brother wrong, which I think is flawed. What's next? We got Sawyer, who's reading a letter. Now, the letter in itself, we're gonna be learning what it is, but it's the first instance of Sawyer actually being nice. Sawyer actually goes with them, which is cool, because Kate is the first one that sees Sawyer as a possible. Now, is Sawyer all bad? He isn't. The first one to give it a chance is Kate. There's moments, right, where Sawyer is gonna be trying to be nice, but like, no, we don't need you because he's an asshole. It's because they tell him we don't need you. It's like, okay, well, fuck you, right? We got a super important scene, which is Kate is in charge of the expedition, and Jack stays behind on the beach. Now, the reality is Jack is more needed on the beach, but the fact that he's trusting Kate so much is actually good. Now, the fact that he's trusting Kate so much is actually cool, but also important because we just learned that she's a criminal. We got Jack, we got Walt and John. Walt and John is actually a really good way to introduce John, because John is a weird character, but he cares about Walt. See, John, from where I am at season 2, thinks the island is magic. He really cares about the island. And John right now isn't necessarily a villain, but he would put the safety of his friends and fellow crash mates, below the island, which is kind of like a bad thing. Walt is coming in. It's like, yo, let's play. So this is really cool. We have Claire, which is cool because Jen also comes in and she's like, yo, and eats. Now, this is kind of irresponsible because Claire is pregnant, and you don't know what it is. But Jen, if he was a bad guy, it would be Sucky is a good guy. Jen goes in, and Claire, she's feeling her baby because she's pregnant. Kick. Now, she puts Jen Ann on her belly because she's proud. Jen sees it as a bit of disrespect to son. Now, see what I was saying, which is important? Jen's son knows each other. Boone and Shannon knows each other. Michael and Walt knows each other before the crash. Shannon and Boone, the relationship is not good. Michael and Walt, the relationship is not good. Son and Jen, the relationship is kind of good, but they're working on making it better, you know? So, you feel like this is disrespectful. And at first, Jen is seen very jealous. But then, when he has a chance to be an asshole, he isn't an asshole, which is super cool. Sawyer fucking kills a polar bear. Now, the polar bear in itself has some sort of importance because it's not supposed to be a polar bear on an island. And then the greatest thing is Sawyer's the one that killed it. So Sawyer, this is his first like noble action. First of all, second of all, Sawyer hid a gun, so he hid a lot of the resources, but he hid a gun. Now the other resources are not that big of a deal, because again, you can hunt, you can fish for food, and there's clear water nearby. Sawyer having a gun is literally very dangerous because you could use it to kill someone. Um, at the same time, why is the polar bear important? Because we just saw a comic that Walt was reading, and in the comic, Walt, there was a polar bear. So the comic uh, could be an instance of the island. Now the problem with this is because Michael, he doesn't respect Michael. Michael burns the comic, so it could be a tool that they burned. They find a marshal. So Hugo is helping him. Jack is helping him. This is a really cool scene because the marshal is important. Why is it a really cool scene? Because Hugo says, "I want to help. I don't know how much I can help," and Jack's like, "Yo, you can do it. You can help me all the way if you want to." I thought it was really nice. So we see that Saeed and Sawyer are fighting. Why is that a good scene? Because Sawyer in himself did something wrong. He did something wrong. This is the problem with Sawyer. This is the problem with the character. He did something wrong, which is take the gun. However, he uses it for good. He just saved everybody. So Saeed is like, "Yo, I cannot trust you with a gun." And Sawyer, and this one, who's right? They're both right. Fuck Sawyer. But then Sawyer's like, "I just saved your ass. You should be thanking me." So the voice of reason goes behind it, and it's Kate. And Kate's like, "Yo, give me the gun." And then what she does, which is nice, is she gives one bullet. She gives the bullets to Saeed. She gives the gun to Sawyer. So both people that cannot be trusted or are guilty, are safe. Now the problem with this is the next scene is we learn that Kate is a bad guy. Kate was a criminal. This police officer, this is so nice because this guy's an asshole. So because he's an asshole, you could think that Kate is not an asshole. They balance out, right? So then we got a plane crash, which is kind of sad. And that is pretty much it. The radio work. However, they pick up a radio signal that has been going on the island, so it's transmission, which is a number. Now, this is kind of insane. Kind of fucking insane. Because, Kate, no, because the numbers would be important to Hugo, but Hugo's not there. If Hugo was there, we know the number. The important thing here is Boone is like, "Yo, my sister speaks French," because and this is actually quite cool. The radio signal speaks in French. Now, later on, we meet a character on the island called Daniel. And Daniel, she is French. That's right. Now, the answer could be her. It's about that it's her signal. So then she's trying to say, "Hey," and she's trying to say, "Bro, this is this is this is why I should have done it more." I'm having a really hard time. I think I'm gonna take a break from Lost tonight, and tomorrow we're gonna do a whole day of Lost. I think that's what I'm gonna do. The insane part is what she says is, "I killed them all." You know? Someone come? Yeah. So it's warning them. This is just beautiful. The signal is warning them the island is dangerous. But then, which is right, the island is dangerous. And then you meet Danielle and she's insane. So like, okay, well, even if she's insane, I cannot really trust her. So that's pretty much it. That's the show. Sorry about the recap. It's hard to do because I've watched this. Although I watched this 3 days ago, I literally just had. I just watched. How much episode? So we watched 25 episodes in 3 days, which is about 10 episodes a day. So it's harder to. And so what I'm gonna do tonight, I'm not gonna be watching Lost. I'm not gonna be watching Lost. I'm possibly gonna be rewatching Lost. And then we're gonna do it because I've been recapping, it's a bit harder, right? So anyway, it's the video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.